You're listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. My name is Mel Tillar, and I'm your host. I'm thrilled to be here today with a fantastic lady. Listeners, let me tell you something. You all are going to enjoy this lady. I've been having a conversation with her, and she is just lighting up the room. Her name is Commissioner Robbie Butler. She's a commissioner for the city of Long Beach, California. She's an author. She's the president and founder of Speak Up Empowerment Foundation. And I'm not going to tell you everything that she's done because that would take up the whole hour. And we want to get to some specific stuff. Robbie Butler, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mel. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I am excited to be online with you in Las Vegas, Nevada, from Long Beach, California.
I am so thrilled. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that my partner, the fantastic and fabulous downtown Bruce, this lady is his hero. And she is here because he brought her here, and he told me under no uncertain terms, this lady is a member of the family. So you're going to be hearing a lot from her in the next couple of months. She's going to be a recurring guest, and I'm absolutely thrilled. We're going to do this more than one time, Robbie.
Thank you. It will be my pleasure to come back again and again and again. Desire.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about something special that you have planned. You have an event coming up. Tell us about that event.
Yes. On April 22nd of this year, my company will be hosting the annual Miss Single Mom Empowerment Forum. This event is going to take place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Yes, it is a full day that my partners and I have built. We created this event especially for the single moms in our community. Well, Robbie Butler, why did you do that? I took your lead on that one.
I like that. And so tell me, let's make sure that everybody knows where this event is going to be held.
I'm gonna put my glasses on too.
Okay.
Okay. Will the real Robbie Butler stand up? Okay. This event is taking place at the Long Beach Airport Marriott in the Grand Ballroom. Yes, the Grand Ballroom of the Marriott Hotel at the Long Beach Airport Marriott. And it's an event.
An all-day event. Okay. And this is for single mothers. Tell me how did this event come about, and are you doing other things with single mothers?
You ask such good questions, Mel. Thank you. This event came about, let's see, in 2009, I published my first book, and readers of the book began sending me feedback. Things like, Ms. Butler, can we have a day when we can come together and we can talk about some of this stuff that you put together in this book? And this went on for quite a while. And finally, one of my partners, she said, you need to create a conference. And I thought, I said, okay, I will, if you'll help me. And so in 2016, we hosted the very first Miss Single Mom Empowerment Forum. This event has grown in magnitude. It has grown in so many dimensions because there are so many women out there who need what we offer. We have built a full day from early morning to late afternoon, including a sit-down lunch in the middle of the day. Yes, I feed these women lunch, a white tablecloth lunch at the Marriott Hotel.
Oh, I like that.
Check this out. The best part of the day, I think, is the fact that I don't charge the women a dime to attend.
Oh, okay. All right. That's wonderful.
I give them all of this for free.
That is fantastic. So are you going to have speakers, guest speakers, and those kinds of things?
Yes. The day consists of 2 panels of expert speakers. We cover topics such as financial literacy, business development, family law, housing accessibility and affordability, just to name a few. In other words, I bring the women the resources that they need in order to connect the dots and help them elevate to the next level of success in their process, whatever that might look like. And we keep it real. They're able to go and talk to the speakers one-on-one. They can set up follow-up appointments with these women. Most of the speakers are women, but we do have men who come in and bring their various levels of expertise to our audience also. Again, like I said, we talk about family law, how to file for child support, how to file a restraining order. You know, we talk about things like domestic violence, and that's applicable for both mothers and fathers.
Yes, yes. Talk to me about the largest issues you see facing single moms.
The fact that they have to wear two hats. Many people look upon them with the stigmatism as if, oh, they're just, these are just inner city girls having babies out of wedlock, for example.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah, she is her, but she's so much more. She's also the widows. She's the divorcees. She's all of those women who are filling the shoes of a mom who's not there. The substitutes, like your aunties, your cousins, your grandmamas, your godmamas, your sisters, your friends. And these women all have one common thread. They need to know how to save time and how to save money and how to be the most effective parent they can be. Those are the resources that I bring to the table for them.
I mean, I love that. I love that.
I'm a divorced mother myself, so I'm a single mother also.
Okay.
I was a teenage single mother. So I have walked in these shoes from both ends of the spectrum. So I'm bringing them what I wish I had many years ago.
I like that. I like that a lot. Give me a story. Tell me a story of somebody that you helped or somebody whom you felt you had some great influence on.
Oh, wonderful. I'll never forget the very first year we hosted this event. Nobody knew what to expect. They had no idea what we were bringing. Nobody really understood this except me, because this was my brainchild. But I had a lady in the audience. She stopped. She came back the second year. She said, Miss Butler, the first year I came to this empowerment forum, I was homeless. She said, I was unemployed. But because of the information that your speakers brought, because of the way you treated us, because of what I was able to get from this forum, I am now employed and I now have a place to live. That right there is what it's all about for me. Connecting the dots and making a difference. Really briefly, I've had women tell me, Miss Butler, this program changed my life. Others have said, Miss Butler, this program saved my life. You see, stuff like that breaks me down, makes me start crying. I know why I'm doing this, but when I get that kind of feedback and they tell me that it's working, oh man, that's when the light bulb goes off. You know, that's what brings me joy. That's what keeps me doing this year after year after year. And oh, by the way, this year is our 7th year. Now, 7 is the number of completion on levels.
Yes.
I'm just completing the first part, the first phase. We're getting ready to even elevate this to the next level come next year. And by that, I mean, we're going to move this event downtown to the convention center because my audience is growing. How about that? How about that for the number 7?
I like that. I like that. I have a question for you. I have a question for the extraordinary Robbie Butler.
Come on now.
I have a question for the extraordinary Robbie Butler. Okay. This program, what you are doing for this particular audience is needed around the country. So when are you taking your program national, and how are you going to take that national?
Man.
Hey, give me that extraordinary answer now. Okay.
Okay, that is part of my 7 to 10 year plan.
Okay.
Team and I have been working on that for a while now. I'll tell you, in 2020, we were hit by the pandemic.
Yes.
And in 2021 and 2022, we re-imaged this program and created it to become virtual. So we hosted the program virtual for 2 years. When we did it that way, we brought on attendees from as far away as Maryland, Indiana, Ohio. So we've already gone national, Mel. Don't you play with me. We've got attendees in San Diego, Oakland, San Francisco, the Inland Empire here in California. So we are already national online, but I want to take it national in the physical realm. I want to pack it up and take it on the road. Within the next 3 years, I see us going physically to San Diego, to the Oakland, San Francisco area. Those are the plans that are in the work right now. And then I plan to clone myself, clone my program, and take us nationally for real within the next 5 years.
I love that. I love that. I knew you could handle that question. That is a great answer. I think that what you're doing is really sensational. We all know individuals who have been single parents. I was a single parent for a while, and I know that I really understand what you're saying when you're talking about wearing two hats and so forth. And there is a difference. There's a difference between, in my case, there was a difference between my being a dad when my wife was with me and we were raising the child together, and when I became the dad and the mom, and she was there with me by myself 24 hours a day. There is a different mentality, a different train of thought that must go into that. We all have family members who have been single moms. I don't know of anyone who doesn't know someone who's been a single mom. And for you to put together a program and say, I understand. Tell me, what is the most difficult, give me 3 of the most difficult issues a single mom has to deal with when trying to raise children by herself.
Well, and before I answer that question, I just want to go back to the statement you just made. You mentioned your experience as a single dad.
Yes.
Even though my focus is primarily on the single mothers, what I offer is for all single parents. I have members that attend my conference every year who are fathers. I don't discriminate on the basis of anything, because if you want what we have, I want you there to get it. So I have single grandmothers, single fathers, single grandfathers there who are taking advantage of what we have, of what this program has to offer. And thank you so much for mentioning that. You also mentioned the fact that we all know a single mom. Either
yes.
We are, our mama was, our cousin is, our sister, our grandmama was, somebody in the family or within our circle is a single mom. And that's how I was going to talk about how I get the funding, because I appeal to my philanthropists and help them understand, that we are all of our lives have been touched by a single mother. And I need help in order to continue providing the services that I do for the single moms, the single parents in our community each year. But now back to your question, 3 of the biggest issues. Access to resources.
Okay.
That's always a challenge. That's another reason why I do what I do, because I bring the resources there in one place at one time so that my audience can talk to them and follow up with them. And then money, of course, is always a challenge. But
money. Yeah.
More money is always needed. But that also is a form of a resource. But just knowing where to go to get the services to help you save money, that's critical. And another really big issue most single parents have, mother or father, is adequate child care.
Oh, Yes.
Who's going to
Yes.
watch your baby?
Yes. Yeah.
Finding reliable, consistently reliable childcare is a huge issue, especially in today's society, because it's hard to trust anybody, even within your own family. Who can I leave my child with
Yeah.
and have peace of mind and go to work, go on a date, or anything of the sort? So
That is absolutely true. Yes. So let me throw something into those single parents who are listening to our show. But before I get to that, somebody wants to talk to you. Somebody wants to know more about your program. How do they reach you? What's your contact information?
oh, absolutely. Please go to the website, www.speakupempowermentfoundation.org. Yes, I know it's a long time. It's well worth it when you get there. Once again, www.speakupempowermentfoundation.org. It's all one word. And I'll also give you the contact phone number,
Okay.
888-9901. Again, 888-899-9901. And for all of those would-be donors, wanna-be donors, those philanthropists who support activities such as mine, please go to the website. There's a donate button there where you can easily help support what we do and all the information you might want to know about me, my company, the programs, the services that we provide. I made it real easy for you. www.speakupempowermentfoundation.org.
All right. Listen, I'm a musician by trade, and you know that as a musician, there's a form of music called call and response. So we're just going to play a little game here, and I'm going to give some information to single parents, and you're going to give some information, some information or some suggestions to single parents, and we'll kind of go back and forth for just a little bit. All right?
All
Okay.
right.
So this is my advice, okay? And I've been there as a single dad. So my best piece of advice to you as a single parent is this: God did not create perfect people, and you are not perfect. Don't beat yourself up if you think you made a mistake. Continue to love yourself. The only thing you have to ask yourself: did you do the best you can? Did you do the best? Did you do the best you can? Because sometimes when you are working with that child and you are trying to raise that child, sometimes you feel just a little bit inadequate. My baby told me, "Daddy, I like being with you, but Mom knows what I want. Mom knows how I'm thinking." And my baby was a little girl, and I said, "I wonder why." Okay, but I still had to deal with it. Don't beat yourself up if you think you're making a mistake. Continue to love yourself. Continue to love the child. Continue to do the best that you can. God did not create you to be perfect. All right. He created you to do the best you can. Just ask that question: did I do the best I can? And if you did that, then just move on to the next one. All right, Miss Robbie, it's you. What's your advice?
All right. The most important thing I can share with you is get yourself a support group. This is a hard road to travel by yourself.
Yes.
You need a support group. They come in handy for so many reasons on so many levels. You're not in this thing by yourself. Even when you think you are not. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay, be helpable. You're going to find that a lot of people want to assist you if you will just allow them to. This is not asking for a handout. This is just asking for a helping hand up. One of my good friends, she says, we lift as we climb. And you're going to find that there are people in your circle who want to help lift you as they climb. I think that's just critical. And to touch on something Mel said, you're not perfect. We don't have to be perfect. just be pretty darn good. Just be you can. That's what I tell people all the time when I describe my children, because when I talk about them, it sounds like they're the best thing since sliced bread. But to me and for me, they are.
Yes.
But I quickly remind everybody, no, they're not perfect and I'm not perfect, but I judge my success based on what they do with their lives, because they are a direct reflection of me, and your children will be a reflection of you. So feed into them, give them the best that you can, because you will get out exactly what you put in. Okay, and don't beat yourself up. And remember, you too are important. Take a little time for yourself. Go for a walk, go to a movie, go do something for you. You are still important too. You're going to give so much of yourself to your child, but don't forget you. You still count. You still matter. I'm going to also catch my breath and let Mel take over.
I like that. I like that. Okay. The next piece of advice, and this is huge. The one thing that your child needs to know more than anything else, the one thing they need from you more than anything else is love. The one thing they need to know is that you care, that you love them. Mm-hmm. Every day and I got this message when my child was born, I got this message, and I don't have time to tell you all how I got the message, but I got that message. And every day when my child was young, I'd ask her a question. I'd say, "Have I told you today that I love you?" And she'd say, "No, Daddy, you didn't tell me that today." And I said, "Daddy loves you." And I'd say, "Did Daddy tell you that he loves you today?" And she said, "No, Daddy, you didn't tell me that today." And I'd say, "Daddy loves you, baby." And I'd give her a hug, and I'd give her a kiss. And one day, and this was after years of doing this, because I understood that's the thing that she needed most. Not being perfect, not necessarily money all the time, all these kinds of all these kind of commercial things that people want to give their children, and we do. She needed the emotional support, and she needed to know that I loved her. And one day, after years of that, she came into the room, and she was still a small child at the time. She walked into the room and she said, "Daddy?" I said, "Yes, baby." She said, "Have I told you today that I love you?" And you could have knocked me over with a feather. And I said, "No, baby, you haven't." And she said, "Daddy, I love you." Miss Robbie?
Mel, you can make me cry. Mel, you're trying to make me cry today, but you're not gonna get me like that, because I agree with you.
Well, I'll tell you what, that story makes me cry. I'm telling you, I'm just going to tell you right now, that story, it's a very personal story, obviously, but it moves me, and it moves me every time I tell the story. And at some point, I'll tell you how I learned the lesson. But it is very emotional, because it's meant to be emotional, because love is emotional.
Well, it's critically important, and that's something you can just do for free.
Yes.
Like, you don't need any money to do that. You can give that every day, and there's no limit on how much you can give of it. It's just so invaluable. My next piece of advice would be to show up for your child. When they're involved in activities, whether it's sports, whatever they're doing at school, at church, or wherever, show up. Be there for them. So when they look up in the audience, they see you. I've always been my son and my daughter's biggest cheerleader. I was at the game because I had the jersey on with his number on it. Look up. I was there so much to the point to where he got sick of seeing me sometime. But now he looks back and he's so grateful, so thankful that I did. My children can never really think of a time when I was not there in the audience, no matter what activity was going on. And same thing for my grandchildren. I drive miles to go support them, because they're the most important thing to me. They're a gift to me from God. Your children are a gift to you from God. He didn't have to do it, but he did. So treasure them and let them know that you appreciate them. And again, that didn't take money either. It just takes a little time. And it's time well spent, because when we get older, and we are going to get older, we're going to want them to take the time for us, to invest in us. So again, you're going to reap what you sow. You know, you got to give if you want to get. All right. So take the time, show up, and let them know that you support them. Don't be afraid or ashamed. Tell them you're proud of them. They're yours. If you don't say it, who will? It's better to come from you all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here on Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce. Robbie, how about giving them that phone number again? So, because somebody wants to call you and they want to talk to you right now.
I will call me up because my phone is always on. Area code 888-899-9901. And may I remind the audience again that all of my products, all of my programs, all of my products are 100% sponsor driven. I do not charge the single moms that I service ever, not in our mentoring program, not for our empowerment program. Nothing do we do that we charge them. Everything we do is 100% sponsor driven. Please go to the website and make a donation. www.speakupempowermentfoundation.org. And yes, please spell the words correctly so that you hit my website again, www.speakupempowermentfoundation.org. Thank you so much in advance for your support. I appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. You heard Commissioner Robbie Butler on Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce. She's going to be back. She's a member of the family. She's a hero of downtown Bruce. She's now my sister. And we're going to hear a lot more from Commissioner Robbie Butler. This is Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, and that's Keeping It 100.